Hey guys, what's up? So in this video, we're going to be talking about why you should consider purchasing the Canon 50mm f1.8 STM in 2023. So the first reason why you should consider this lens is because it is small, lightweight, and compact. Like, look at it. It is almost a pancake lens. Not completely a pancake lens, but it is small. It weighs almost an average of 150 grams compared to other 50mm. So there is no reason for you to not bring this out to shoot whenever you do go out to film. So yeah, it is really small and very easy to bring around with you. So the second reason why you should consider this lens is because this lens is actually affordable. This only costs about $125 on Amazon right now, and it is a steal. Considering what this lens can do, there's no way you can beat that price. So the third reason will not just pertain to this particular lens, but to all 50mm f1.8 lenses, is that it is closest to what our eye sees. So our eyes actually, if you measure it, what it sees is actually a 50mm. So we actually have two 50mm lenses, one here, one here. But I would arguably say that our human eye actually sees around 38 or 40. But yeah, anywhere between 35 to 50 is what our eye sees. Which means if you do bring this around to film, it's easier for you to compose because now you already know what the outcome will look like. If you look at the subject and you imagine how the photo will be, you can literally just put the lens where your eyes were and you can compose a shot that way and get what you imagine the shot would be. So this may sound a little bit more technical, so some of you may not understand what this means, but if you were to buy this lens, it would be a very safe choice because whatever you see and you want to film that or shoot that, you can get it with this lens. It will not be very difficult to compose compared to if you were to film with a wide-angle lens. Sometimes whenever I use a wide-angle lens like a 17 to 28, it's very tricky to compose portraits. So with that said, this leads me to reason number 4, which is versatility. This lens is not just for single-person portraits. You can take groups with it. You can take landscapes with it. Like if you back up well enough, you will be able to take landscapes, because a lot of people would say that 50 to 80mm are just for portraits. I do not agree with that. You can totally take detail shots of, like, maybe if you're in a wedding, you can take shots of the rings if you back away enough, of course. So yeah, so this lens is a very versatile focal length when it comes to filming a variety of different shots. And last but not the least, which is my favorite reason why you should consider purchasing the 50mm f1.8 STM, is that this is a very good low light and bokeh lens. And what do I mean by that? So once the clock ticks 5:30 p.m., suddenly it becomes dark, right? That's when your 4.5 to 5.6 lenses will not be able to do what you need them to anymore. So that's when you pull out a lens like this, which has a very wide aperture. This has an f1.8 aperture, which means it can open up the widest. You can gather more light when you're in a low light situation, and therefore you can still get a decent shutter, and you don't have to crank the ISO so high. So one more good thing about having an f1.8 aperture is that whenever you do take portrait shots, let's pretend you have a person and you can pull him away from the background a little bit, you do get a very shallow depth of field, which means the background is going to be blurred into nothing. Not completely nothing compared to shooting with an 85 or a higher focal length, but it will blur the background up to the point where it will not be distracting anymore. So everybody who's looking at the photo will be drawn to whatever is in focus, and the background will be completely blurred out. So I actually forgot to mention what camera I prepare with this lens. I'm currently using it, or I have been using it ever since, with my Canon 60, my Canon M50, and Canon 200D, Canon 60D, but right now it's just the 60. Canon has just a very crispy color. The color science on Canon cannot be beat. Like, I'm currently using the Sony a7 IV and an a7S III, but whenever I use a Canon 60, or any Canon for that matter, I just always stand in awe with the colors that come out of any Canon camera. So that is it for me, guys. If you have any further questions, just leave a comment down below. I'll help you guys out. So yeah, see you guys next time. Peace.